Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
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 Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Ram
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare Ram
Chaitanya
Ram
Prabhu
Ram Ram
Nityananda
Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Advaita
Krishna Krishna
Gadadhar
Hare Ram
Srivasadi
Ram
Gaur
Ram Ram
Bhaktavinda Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotee. So today is Sunday. It is 2nd of June, and it is Jyeshta Masa or Trivikrama Masa, Krishna Paksham, and Ekadasi Puji. So today it is Apara Ekadasi, fasting from grains, beans, and cereals for Ekadasi. So I shall read few lines from the ISKCON so it is coming from Brahmanda Purana about this one. Sri Yudhishthira Maharaja said, O Janardana, what is the name of the Ekadashi that occurs during the dark fortnight Krishna Paksha of the month of Jyeshta? I wish to hear from you the glories of this sacred day of Hari. Please narrate everything to me, Lord Sri Krishna said. O king, your inquiry is wonderful because the answer will benefit the old human society. This Ekadasi is so sublime and meritorious that even the greatest sins can be erased by its purity. O great saintly king, the name of this unlimited meritorious Ekadasi is Apara Ekadasi. Whoever fasts on this holy day becomes famous all over the universe. Even such sins as killing a Brahmana, a cow, or an embryo, blaspheming, or having sex with another man's wife are completely eradicated by observing Apara Ekadasi. O king, people who bear false witness are most sinful. A person who falsely or sarcastically glorifies another, one who cheats while weighing something on a scale, one who fails to execute the duties of his varna or ashrama, or unqualified man posing as a Brahmin, for example, a person reciting the Vedas wrongly, one who invents his own scriptures, one who cheats others, one who is a charlatan astrologer, a cheating accountant, or a false Ayurvedic doctor. All these are surely as bad as persons who bear false witness, and they're all destined to hellish punishments. But simply by observing Apara Ekadasi, all such sinners become completely free of their sinful reactions. Warriors who fall from their Kshatriya dharma and flee the battlefield go to a ferocious hell. But, O Yudhishthira, even such a fallen Kshatriya, if he observes fasting on the Apara Ekadasi, he is freed of that great sinful reaction and goes to heaven. That disciple is the greatest sinner after receiving a proper spiritual education from his spiritual master. Turns out such a so-called disciple suffers unlimitedly. But even he, rascal though he be, if he simply observes Apara Ekadasi, can attain the spiritual world. Listen, O king, as I describe to you further glories of this amazing Ekadasi, the merit attained by one who performs all of the following acts. Piety is equal to the merit achieved by one who observes Apara Ekadasi. Bathing 3 times daily in Pushkara Kshetra during the Kartika month, bathing at Prayaga in the month of Magh Masa, when the sun is in the zodiac of Capricorn, and rendering service to Lord Shiva at Varanasi during the Shivaratri, offering oblations to one's forefathers at Gaya, bathing in the sacred Gautami river when Jupiter transits Leo, having darshan of Lord Shiva at Kedarnatha, seeing Lord Badrinath when the sun transits the sign of Aquarius, and bathing at the time of solar eclipse at Kurukshetra, and giving cows, elephants, and gold there in charity. All the merit one gets from performing these pious acts is gained by a person who observes the Apara Ekadasi fast. Also, the merit attained by one who donates a pregnant cow along with gold and fertile land is attended by one who fasts on this day. In other words, Apara Ekadashi is an axe that cuts down the fully matured forest full of trees of sinful deeds. It is a forest fire that burns sins as if they were kindling firewood. It is the sun blazing before one's dark misdeeds, and it is a lion stalking the meek deer of impiety. Therefore, O Yudhishthira, whoever truly fears his past and present sins must observe Apara Ekadasi very strictly. One who does not observe this fast must be born again in the material world, like one bubble among millions in a huge body of water, or like a small ant among all other species. Therefore, one must faithfully observe the sacred Apara Ekadasi and worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Trivikrama. One who does so is freed of all his sins and promoted to the abode of Lord Vishnu. O Brahm, O Bharata, for the benefit of all humanity, I have thus described to you this importance of the holy Apara Ekadasi. Anyone who hears or reads this description is certainly freed from all kinds of sins. O best of saintly kings, Yudhishthira, thus end the narration of the glories of Jyeshta Krishna Ekadasi or Apara Ekadasi from the Brahmanda Purana. So there are few notes. Pushkara Kshetra in the Western India is the only place on the earth where bona fide temple of Lord Brahma is to be found. Number 2, the Vedas declare Nara Budbhuda Samaha. The human form of life is like a bubble in water. In water, many bubbles form and then suddenly burst a few seconds later. Thus, if a person does not utilize his rare human body to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, his life has no more value or performance than a bubble in water. Therefore, as the Lord herein recommends, we should serve him by fasting on Harivasara or Ekadasi. In this regard, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada writes in the Srimad Bhagavatam purport in the second canto, chapter 1, verse number 4, purport. The great ocean of material nature is tossing with the waves of time, and the so-called living conditioned are something like foaming bubbles, which appear before us as bodily self, wife, children, society, countrymen, etc. Due to a lack of knowledge of self, we become victimized by the force of ignorance and thus spoil the valuable energy of human life in a vain, such after permanent living conditions which are impossible in this material world. Apara Ekadasi ki jai. That is from the events perspective. So we shall quickly enter into our Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevayam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevayam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevayam. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Narada Muni, he is inquiring from Lord Brahma, from his father, about who is behind this creation, how it is running, and please explain all the transcendental knowledge to me. Likewise, he has been inquiring. Yadrupam yad adhistanam yatah prustam idam prabho yat samstam yat param yatcha tat tattvam vada tattvataha. So please explain all this tattva, the knowledge, scientifically. Vada tattvataha, about the yat samstam yat param, and under whose control this entire cosmic manifestation is running, and where it has coming from. And likewise, Narada Muni is inquiring very intelligent questions. And then further today, he wanted to know, so here addressing Lord Brahma as, O Brahma, O my dear father. So you know everything definitely, because you have created all the living entities, the bodies of the living entities. You know the present, and the past and what is going to happen in the future as well. Just like in a hand, you will have a amalaka fruit. Likewise, you know everything present, past, and future. And so you kindly explain all this knowledge to me. Whatever you know, please explain this to me. Likewise, Narada Muni is inquiring. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter number 5, verse number 3. सर्वं ह्येतद्भवान् वेद भूतभव्या भवत्प्रभुः करामलकवद्विश्वं विज्ञानवसितं तव सर्वं हि एतद्भवान् सर्vam all and everything he definitely certainly sarvam he everything etad bhavan veda so you know everything etad all this knowledge whatever I am asking you what is that ask what I have been asking yad rupam yad adhisthanam yatah srishtam idam yat samstam yat param yat tat tattvam. So all this by scientifically. So, oh Brahma, oh my dear father, Sarvam hi etad bhavam veda. You know all this knowledge. What is all this knowledge? Bhota bhavya bhavat prabhu. And what is that? All that will that has already created bhota and bhavya. All that will be created in the future or will be or who are going to born in the future with the material bodies. Bhota bhavya bhavat prabhu and bhavat, all that is being created present. So present, past tense and future. Everything you know all this knowledge. You are the master of everything. And giving an analogy, kara amalakavad vishwam. So kara in the hand, amalakad. So just like a amalakavat, like a gooseberry in the hand. Amalaka fruit in the hand. Kara amalaka vad vishwam vijnana avasitam tava. So you know all this knowledge like it's with science, scientifically. So just like a amalaka fruit in your hand whenever you want. So just like that. Likewise, this entire universe, you know about present, past, and future. So likewise, Narada Muni addressing Brahma. So this is also pleasing sometimes. So if Brahma is pleased, he will narrate everything so pleasingly. That is the making the ground, the fertile, the heart of a Brahma, so that he can relate everything to Narada Muni. Sarvam hi etad bhavan veda bhota bhavya bhavat prabhuhu karamalakavad vishwam vijnanavhitam tava. And translation for this verse. My dear father, all this is known to you scientifically because whatever was created in the past, whatever will be created in the future, or whatever is being created at present, as well as everything within the universe is within your grip, just like a walnut. So here Amalaka is addressed as a walnut, but actually it is a gooseberry. Okay, and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request Meena Mataji to read this purport, please?
Brahma is the direct creator of the manifested universe and everything within the universe. He therefore knows what happened in the past, what will happen in the future, and what is happening at present. Three principal items, namely the living being, the phenomenal world, and the controller, are all in continuously action, past, present, and future, and the direct manager is supposed to know everything of such action and reaction. as one know about a walnut within the grip of one plum. The direct manufacturer of a particular thing is supposed to know how he how he learned the art of manufacturing, where he got the ingredients, how he set it up, and how the product in the manufacturing process are being turned out. Because Brahma is the firstborn living being, naturally he is supposed to know everything about creative function. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. So here, Prabhupada is explaining about the Brahma is the direct creator of the manifested universe and everything within the universe. So he knows everything. Brahma asujat swamukato yushman atma paripsaya chendomaya tapo vidya yoga yuktan alampatan. So this is the verse that Swayambhu Manu, he speaks to Kardama Muni in a context. So when he meets first, so that he will give his Devhuti's hand in a marriage to Kardama Prajapati. So at the time, to glorify the Brahmanas, to glorify Kardama Prajapati, he is explaining from the Brahma asrujat prumukato yushmanatma paritsaya chendomaya tapovidya yoga yuktan alampatan. Lord Brahma expanded himself in the form of the knowledge and the Brahmanas, everything. Chendomaya tapovidya, the austerities and penances, tapovidya, yoga yuktan alampatan. So that is the Brahma. Whatever the knowledge we have got, everything coming from Brahma directly. And Brahma got this knowledge from the Tene Brahma Pradaya Adikavaye, and by the Lord has injected all the knowledge in the heart of Brahma. When the Ma Veda Garbhagastrandrim Sargaudyamam Avaham Tvanmaya Paridham Yagre Yanmam Pradhayate Bhavan. When Brahma did all his tapasya, that knowledge has been given to the Brahma in the heart. So that is knowledge. So Brahma knows what is happened in the past, what will happen in the future, and what is happening in the at the present moment. These are the three principal items. And when it comes to this phenomenal world, the three subjects, one is the living entities and the nature and the Supreme Lord, and also the time factor. And these four elements are permanent. There is one more element, that is the karma, which is the temporary one. So as long as living entity in this material world, he has to interact with this material world through his activities, that is karmic activities, that can be stopped. Otherwise, living entities, the Supreme Lord, and the time factor and the Prakriti, these four are eternal. So here Brahma, in order to make this cosmic manifestation or this universe running, so he does everything, and so that he is supposed to be he is the direct manager, and is supposed to know everything of such actions and reactions as one knows about a this is the walnut within the grip of one's palm. And here this amalaka fruit, this is also mentioned, it is addressed as son of Brahma. Amalaka fruit tree, it is a son of Brahma. It is also mentioned in the some scriptures in the Puranas. So many people, they worship this gooseberry tree, Amalaka tree. And at the time they also glorify it, you are the son of Brahma. Like that, we also see in one of the Ekadasi's description. So this is explaining. So Brahma knows everything, just like a amalaka fruit in the hand. And the direct manufacturer of particular thing is supposed to know how he learned the art of manufacturing, where he got the ingredients. And he got the ingredients of this material world from the stem of the lotus flower, where he has born from. And how he set it up, and how the products in the manufacturing process are being turned out. And because Brahma is the first born living being, naturally he is supposed to know everything about the creative functions. So in other way, Narada Muni is glorifying Brahma, so that Brahma will explain everything to Narada Muni about all the incarnations of the God, how God creates, how he expands his through Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara, and how he employs his energies, and how he appears and perform his pastimes and this in this universe, outside of this universe, like that. Narada Muni inquiring very nicely. It's a very smart way. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Sarvam hi etad bhavan veda bhota bhavya bhavat prabhuhu karamalakavad vishwam vijnana avasitam tava. You know everything scientifically. Please explain, my dear father, O Purvaja, bhota bhavana Purvaja, just like a tattva nidarshanam, which will bring one onto the transcendental platform. That is, likewise, he is inquiring. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly enter into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So, today it is a letter to Shyamasundara, February 21st, 1970, Los Angeles. It's a long letter. I need at least 3 or 4 devotees to read. Can I request the first devotee to read 3 paragraphs, please?
Can I start with?
Yes, Prabhuji. You can go for first 3 paragraphs. Yes, please.
My dear Samsundara, please accept my blessing. I beg to acknowledge received your letter dated 16th February 1970 along with Govindam record. I have heard it played on the record player, and although the machine was not very good, still I enjoyed the transcendental vibration very much. Regarding Yugoslavia, the communist country, if they are anxious for our association, why not take this opportunity immediately? The communists are first-class disciples of Kali. Therefore, our attention should be more upon them because of their serious materialistic fever. So you can make immediately correspondence with the Yugoslavia friends. And as Tamala is going there very soon, he can immediately open a center with the cooperation of local people. So, with George's recommendation letter, if somebody goes there, I am sure it will be a successful attempt. Actually, I am very much eager to start a temple in the communist country. Regarding civil disobedience government, I do not think there is need of it. Our people have been arrested on the charge of blocking the pedestrian path. So if some friends give evidence that we did not actually block the way, then the case will be certainly be dismissed, as you said that the member of the public were in sympathy with us. Our people are still going with Sankirtan party, so government does not prohibit us as far as so far Sankirtana in concerned. Therefore, civil disobedience on this ground would be unnecessary. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Meena Mataji, would you go for next 2 paragraphs?
But I will suggest one thing, that you can organize a mass Sankirtan process on the Advent day of Lord Chaitanya. Advent day of Lord Chaitanya, 26 March 1970. That day is also Sunday. Therefore, if George and John Lemon both lead the processes, then that will be a great service. Because of their present, many young men especially will join the procession. And if you carry flags, fest, festons and pictures in the processions, starting from a big park like Hyde Park at St. James Square and then pass over some important street, especially the residential quarters. That will be a great success. In the procession, you can you can distribute one literatures of various kinds, books and magazines also. I think that will be a great successful program. I have already written a letter to George and it is sent through you. In that letter I have suggested the importance of Krishna consciousness movement. So if George elaborate elaborates elaborated this idea in the forward, that will be very nice. The suggestion it may repeat again that every living entity has a dormant prosper, prosperity of love for somebody else. That is exhibited not only in human society but also in the animal society. That love is exhibited primarily primarily in five kind of relationship, especially as master and servant, as friend and friends, as parents and children, and a lower lower and beloved. This talk of love is every living entity is dormant eternally love for Krishna, but because the living entity has forgotten Krishna since a very long time, even before this creation was manifested. Therefore, all of us are misplacing that dormant love in a privated prevent, privated way. Therefore, privated all of us, yeah, privated way. Therefore, there is always frustrations, even so-called sincere love between lover and the beloved, or husband and wife, or even parents and children are so many instances of frustrations. Therefore, the only remedy for these repeated frustrations of our life after life is revival of original Krishna consciousness.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you so much, Mataji. Can you request the other devotee take a turn to read next three paragraphs, please?
I can read the
Yes, Mataji, please. Okay, yeah, you both can do it. So next, first three paragraphs, one devotee, later another devotee. Saranya Mataji, want to go first?
Hare Krishna. As soon as we revive that love of Krishna in any one of the five primary relationships, as we have constitutional aptitude, immediately we become happy. This is the fact, but it requires little time to come out to this point by the prescribed method, as we have to undergo patiently a treatment for the cure of our disease. Therefore, this Krishna consciousness movement is the only solution for all kinds of frustrations and problems. You can give this idea to George as well as explain your practical experience plus his practical experience also. Then a nice forward may come out. While he has given me contribution of $19,000 for publication of my book Krishna, I think he has done it foolishly. He is very intelligent boy. Therefore, I I think he has not done it foolishly. He is very intelligent boy. Therefore, I am sure he has also some practical appreciation for this Krishna consciousness movement. But my above suggestion that if George and John lead the procession on Lord Chaitanya's birthday, that will be very nice. Regarding the small booklets, Jay Advaita from Boston has sent me 2 pages writings which I am enclosing herewith. So with additional alteration of this idea plus your idea, if you write a suitable introduction, then we shall print them with some pictures on nice paper, as many copies as you require for putting them within the paper covering of the records. And that will be a good introduction. But one thing I must warn you in this connection that these records are distributed amongst teenagers. Therefore, the language and presentation should be suitable for their understanding. I think you will understand me right in this connection. So, after writing the pamphlet and if possible getting it edited amongst yourself, you can send the copies, one to me and one to Boston for printing. So, this is my idea. Now you can work upon it as you think of it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Prabhavati Mataji, could you go please? With the next one.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, before you were traveling around Britain, if these pamphlets are distributed, I'm sure very easily you will be able to sell our Krishna book. The US centers will act according to your direction without fail in this connection. I'm expecting your next longer letter as mentioned in your letter under reply. Thanking you and please convey my thanks to Malati for her nice letter. I shall reply it in due course. Regarding the court case, I am sending here with one new cutting how they were released in Detroit. Regarding the exact date for celebration of Rath Yatra festival, it is on the 5th July until the return journey of Lord Jagannatha on the 14th July. Before Rath Yatra on June 19th, there is a ceremony of bathing Lord Jagannatha, after which Lord Jagannatha falls sick with fever from too much bathing. Then he takes rest and no one is allowed to visit, but he reappears on Rath Yatra day. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well-wisher is Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This ceremony you can observe by bathing a small deity on the day participated by all devotees. But there is no need of closing the temple for 15 days. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so any takeaway points, dear devotees? You have read all these letters. Say Lord's letter. Devashish Prabhuji, Meena Mataji, Saranya Mataji, and Prabhavati Mataji. From the beginning, Devashish Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu. What I read in this paragraph and three paragraphs, and my takeaway point is Prabhupada always take the challenge of going to the hardest way. Like if it's a communist party, communist countries, and they block it, we go even furthermore to spread the Krishna consciousness, to reveal all the souls from this material world and material connection. And this is the takeaway from this three paragraph for me, Prabhu. Very good.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Okay, Meena Mataji. Hare Krishna, Meena Mataji.
Hare Krishna, sorry. Yeah. Yes, just take our point is it's just encouraged to have Sankirtan party big places like processions, Sankirtan processions with George Harrison and John to in a big places like as mentioned Hyde Park and also St. James Park or different places. So and then he just mentioned about that. So he just talking about it with this Sankirtan parties need to be took place. And he just talk about the Krishna. So yeah, I just said like about like living entity forgotten about Krishna, like since many years, very very long time, even before the grace and was manifested there for all our misplacing.
Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Say the rasas, dasya rasa, sakya rasa, vasalya rasa, and madhurya rasa. So these are our rasas. There are 5 different ways living entity can connect to the Supreme Lord.
It was forgetful right now, but this need to be established, something like that.
Yes, it needs to be revived.
Revived again.
On, yes. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Any other points, Saranya Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So from these 3 paragraphs, like Prabhupada was explaining this Shamsundara Prabhu, like what should be included in the foreword. So Prabhupada was already wrote to George Harrison, and Prabhupada was asking these Prabhuji also to discuss among yourselves. So Prabhupada need a good forward, because if George Harrison write that, it will have an effect. So Prabhupada was encouraging them to discuss about your experience as well as the points Prabhupada was given, and come up with a good forward for the book. And Prabhupada was mentioning he has contributed a huge money, so that is not, he has not done that foolishly, because he has some attraction, or he has some conviction about this movement. That's why he has done it. So just discuss with him and come up with a good forward. And another thing, before Krishna book release, they wanted to release a small booklet. So here Prabhupada, one of the important point is like Prabhupada was very practical. So Prabhupada knows like whom he is approaching. So Prabhupada was mentioning like we are giving this to teenagers, so the language should be in a way that they can understand. So if it is too much of philosophy, if it is so much of higher words and Sanskrit words, they can't relate. So first of all, we have to find their attraction, then only we can, like Prabhupada was mentioning later, then we can tie the screw later. So that is also Prabhupada was mentioning, like we are giving this to teenagers, so make sure that they will understand that. So that is the practical way Prabhupada made this entire Krishna consciousness movement. Like one size don't fit for all. So everyone's circumstances, everyone's beliefs, everyone's conditions are different. So accordingly, Prabhupada was able to preach. So that's why Prabhupada was successful in this thing. So I like that point, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji. Prabhavati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Actually, everyone has explained everything. Srila Prabhupada is always, we can see how he is eager to, distribution of book distribution, when he is always giving nice instructions to his disciples. And also he is mentioning about the Rath Yatra, Jagannath Rath Yatra, and the Snan Yatra as well. So, and he is instructing his disciples after the Snan Yatra, bathing ceremony. So the Lord is resting for a few days, and the Lord will reappear again. And because they are not very well aware of the the ceremonies, so he's giving every time very nice instructions, so that they can understand very well. And thank you, Prabhuji. This is what I understood.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji. So when Lord gets sick, and devotees, they have to take care of the Lord for next 15 days or so. Okay, that is the mood. Very okay. Thank you so much, Mataji and Prabhuji. And any other points, devotees, you wanted to add? Gaurangi Mataji, Jafna Kanya Mataji, Usha Mataji, you want to add anything, any more points? Or any other devotees? Maybe different part of the letter, you might have got so few points.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I think most of it was spelled out very nicely. I think, as everybody's pointed out, Prabhupada was immaculate in getting it right. You know, reaching out to the audience, whatever audience it is. You know, he would always formulate a recipe to reach out to them, this, you know, like age group and communities, what community he's addressing, the kind of people who would receive it in great gracefully. And you know, he always got it right, because he had this intuition that was so you know, right on the ball to reach out to people and meet their needs. And he will find a way, even if it's not 100% to what the shastras teach you, but he would try and please people so that they can understand what we are about, what Krishna consciousness is about. So that is the essence of it all. You know, he had this way that nobody else did, and nobody could figure out. And he spent all his time trying to reach out to people, and because of the love of people, he was really he was so different than anybody else. He had this gift because he was closer to Krishna. So Krishna showed him the way. When he was in desperate mood, he would pray to Krishna. He would ask Krishna for guidance, and Krishna showed him the way. They were real close buddies, really. They were friends. And who else had that kind of relationship? Because he had his open heart to Krishna. He had Krishna in his heart, and he made sure he looked after him and meet the needs that Krishna has ordered. So he's so beautiful. It really is. It keeps opening our eyes. So what can we do? What can we do to match that? We can't never match it, but we can try and reach his wishes and try and follow his teachings. Haribol.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji. A very nice summary. Gaurangi Mataji, Usha Mataji, you wanted to add as well? Gaurangi Mataji knows many things.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. All the time, Prabhupada is mentioning about the Sankirtan party and then preaching is the main point. And yes, everybody explains. So, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah, all Matajis and Prabhuji talking about this letter, they mentioned about that. So I understand Prabhupada give us always good suggestions and good thing, learn to everything. Then he give us very sincerely do what to do. He suggests always. Then he bless us. Prabhuji, I think so. That one, my point, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Everyone has described it properly.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can I just add one thing from the different paragraph which I didn't read?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhupada mentioned about the influence of George Harrison and John Lennon. Is in this way we can learn that whatever material opulences we have in this material life, we should use it if that influence the Krishna consciousness, and if that increase the Krishna consciousness, and it helps to helps the spread. It helps to spread the Krishna consciousness. We should use that for the purpose of Krishna consciousness. Whatever we have, whatever everyone has some speciality, or everyone has some sort of quality, or some sort of expertise in something. We should use that all the opulences to spread the Krishna consciousness. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Okay, so this is Prabhupada here in his letter. He's concerning about the communist countries, where Prabhupada, they are the first class disciples of Kali. So purely absorbed in the materialistic way of life, materialistic favor. And the medicine, it is the Hare Krishna movement. So they need a very good medicine. And Prabhupada is concerned about it. And then further civil obedience, it is just a when the police are arresting our devotees, it is a wrong case. Devotees never block the paths. Of course, if they will give the way. But here, Prabhupada is also suggesting, for that reason, we don't do the civil disobedience movement, but we do in a different procession. So here, disconnecting the two things. And one problem that wherever they are got arrested, simply if someone witnessed that they have not blocked, that is sufficient. Okay, so that is one thing. Things have to seen differently, but they are perfectly fitting to Krishna consciousness and the Hare Krishna movement. And then, so still whenever it is going on in the procession, Prabhupada is suggesting to distribute all these so many magazines, books, and everything. And that festival, that procession will go with the carry flags, festoons, and pictures in that procession. That is very beautiful. But if it has connected to that kind of arresting thing, then it would have lost its opulent position, because it's a different thing. So because they're two different things. One is simply it will be resolved in a witness case, and here in the procession it will be directly connecting and celebrating Lord Chaitanya's Advent day of Lord Chaitanya. So that way it will also be opulent. That way we see disconnecting problems like small cubes. And also Prabhupada is explaining and why it is important and to hear from a great personalities. Yad yadachariti sreshtaha tattad deve taro naraha sayat pramanam kurute lokaha tad anuvartate. Whenever these great personalities like George and John, when they are giving some instructions to the people in mass people, so they may take somewhere or other according to their level of consciousness. So here explaining them. So if George and John, if they lead the procession, that will be great. And also targeting the teenagers so that the pamphlets will be distributed accordingly. That is where the very soft hearts and the nourishing brains, that needs to happen by giving the Sankit movement in the teenagers. They may be, the teenager period is very, very delicate. It is a transformation from the boyhood to the adulthood. Within that period, one has to give all the transcendent knowledge and make him to think of it, about the eternity, the life, old birth, old age, disease, and death, and what is about this material world, everything in the Vedic way. So that is Prabhupada is giving that kind of impression. Okay, so that is my takeaway points, and also Prabhupada is appreciating. So if anyone is coming chanting, even though after some time one is purifyingly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, saying 1 year of chanting, he has not done foolishly. But later on, though he has gone outside, again engaging in the materialistic activities, immediately he will come back because he has done something with complete faith. And because of one small foolish decision, he might have gone outside. But Prabhupada says they don't go anywhere, they'll come back. because they have done some austerity and penance for Krishna. Krishna will never ever forget. So, and here just Prabhupada is saying about the George Harrison. He has done it, he has not done it foolishly. He is an intelligent boy. So no one has performed these austerities and penances unless they are intelligent enough. So that is one point we need to see in that angle. And then Prabhupada is explaining about the Jagannath Ratha Yatra. So this is the mood, how to look after the deity and Krishna in our mood. Okay, these are my takeaway points from this letter. Thank you so much, all the devotees. And this is from Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, coming Tuesday, so I'm just looking for the speaker yet. Just I will be updating shortly. And then also one more point that recently Keshav Maharaj, so Debashish Prabhuji communicated that from the temple, Keshav Maharaj was asking about the Sangha and activities and um, who are all attending our Sanghas and what kind of activities are going on, what is the level of study in the scriptures, that kind of information. So we are sharing that information with the temple to Keshav, Swayam Bhagwan Keshav Maharaj, that Debashish Prabhuji is going to liaise with on that matter. So we have communicated that all the programs we have got and who are all the devotees attending these programs and the level of their knowledge and what we are studying at the moment. So that is just information purpose. And apart from that, I don't have any other updates. And also tomorrow, this is 3rd of June, Home Sangha at Gaurimi Mataji's home, and with His Grace Patri Prabhuji. Once again, reminding this house program tomorrow at 4 p.m. onwards. Okay, that's all from announcement side from me. And dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Keshav Swami Maharaj is actually he's actually reviewing all the groups. It's not only ours. He's making sure that even the mentor groups and everybody is having people is being supervised and make sure that they're following what they're meant to be doing. So it's a good practice that people don't get left and do whatever they want to, kind of thing, you know, or whatever takes their interest. It's sticking to the needs of that group. Why did they create it, and what is it doing? Is it trying to reach the goal that they're aiming for, and that kind of thing, which is a very good thing, really.
Yes, Mataji.
So we can develop and grow in a nice way in Krishna conscious eyes. Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, supervision is always needed. Mentoring is always needed for us.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. So on this perspective, on this connection, if devotees have got different opinions or you wanted to share anything, any ideas, kindly share. So each and every person has got so many ideas, but implementing that we need time and the labor. Do we have that? And also, but first of all, sharing that opinion is important thing. And next is whenever we get the time and labor, then we can implement it. But sharing is always necessary. If you have got good suggestions, kindly share in the group so that whenever we find that time and labor, or who is going to look into some kind of duties that is seva, we can take that one. So we have got so many things now as well. If devotees wanted any service, if you approach that you have got some time, you would render some service to the Sangha, please let me know. I shall assign some service to you. Okay, that is my
Haribol,
thoughts.
Prabhu, can I just query something about this letter, the beginning? I think it says something about Russia.
It's a communist country.
Yeah, something connected when the devotees are closer to Maya or something like that. Kali, the communists are first class disciples of Kali. Well, it's the largest temple in the world, that Russian temple. The people who got attracted to it, they were, most of them are oppressed in Russia. They're not willingly joining the government's ruling, which is very oppressive. So that's why they're taken to the Krishna conscious movement, although there's still not total freedom for them. But I didn't understand that bit about communists are first class disciples of Kali. The communist belief system, not the people themselves, is it? I'm not sure.
Yes, Mata, it is a system. It is one or two people, they dominate the country. It's a demonic mind. Even
Yeah,
though people will be posed as, I mean, they will be treated under one category as overall. If king is pious, and even the people are more than half of the people are sinful, but still on the outside, because it is under a good king, it will be categorized as a good country.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a system actually. Okay, that is a serious materialistic fever. If
yeah.
system.
Such a sad world, isn't it? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so if you are all happy, then we shall move into the next part of our program. This is Shloka learning, reciting the Sanskrit. We have been discussing in the first canto, third chapter, verse number 5. So here Sutta Goswami is explaining about the different incarnations of the Lord, how the Lord appears, and what are the different species he appear in. And before he is starting with the first incarnation, second incarnation, so he's saying wherever all his appearances are. एतन्नानावताराणां निदानं भेदम् अव्ययं यस्य अंश अंशेन सृज्यन्ते देवतिरिक् नरादयः. So yashya amsena. So he is plenary portion and part of plenary portion. Etan nana avataranam. There are so many incarnations. Nana avataranam. Nidanam bhejam avyayam. And the root of all this nidhan, nidhanam, the source, bhejam, all the seeds, avyayam, this indestructible seed. And yasya amsha amshena, and whose expansion of expansions. So these are all Srujyante Devtiryak Naradaya. They have been Srujyante, manifested. Sujamyaham. So Krishna appears, Sujamyaham. Here, Srujyante, they will be appearing in the Deva Tiryak Naradaya, among the demigod society, and Tiryak and in the animal society, Naradaya in the human society. So the Lord appears in different species, but everything are coming from Krishna's plenary portion of plenary portion, expansion of expansions, like that. So in this universe, all his appearances are coming from the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Yeah, all the incarnations. Rupam, this is also mentioned by Brahma. Rupam yajjetad avbodha sodayena shashvad nivritta tamasa sadanugrahaya आदौ गृहीतमवतार्षतैकबीजं यन्नामि पद्मभवनादहमाविरासम्. This is um, all the incarnations coming from Garbhodak Sai Vishnu in this material world, in this universe especially. Okay, so this is Etananavataranam Nidhanam Bhejam Avyayam Yasya Amsha Amshena Sujjante Devtirik Naradayah. So I request dear devotees, so kindly take the turns and to recite this beautiful verse. Before going to the translation for this verse, this form, the second manifestation of the Purusha, is the source and the indestructible seed of multifarious incarnations within the universe. From the particles and portions of this form, different living entities like demigods, men, and others are created. Okay, they are also created, and Lord also appear within those societies. Okay, so let us, dear devotees, take the turns to recite this verse 3 times. We go in the alphabetical reverse order. So, can I request from Usha Mataji, Saranya Mataji, like that?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Etanamataranam Nitanam Vijamayam Yashyan Sansena Srujyante Devatiryam Naradayah Etananavataranam Nitanam Vijamayam Yashyan Sansena Srujyante Devatiryam Naradayah एतन्नानवताराणां नीतानां विषमाव्ययम् यस्यां सांसेन सृज्यन्ते देवतेरिं नरादयः हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely recited. And next, can I request Saranya Mataji, please?
Hare Krishna. पदाराणां निधानां बीजमव्ययं यस्यां शांसेन सृज्यन्ते नरादयः एतान्नानावताराणां निधानं बीजमव्ययं यस्यां शांसेन सृज्यन्ते नरादयः एतान्नानां निधानां बीजमव्ययं यस्यां शांसेन सृज्यन्ते नरादयः हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautifully recited. So here, this is Deva Tiryan Naradayah. So here, whenever it is combinedly going on, Tiryan Naradayah, so it will go straight away. But when we are taking a breath, so it is Tiryan, it is turning into Tiryak. Kha comes into the picture. Deva Tiryak Naradayah. Tiryak is the animals which have got the spinal cord parallel to the earth, like the cows and all the four-legged animals, kind of like that. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely recited. Can I request Radha Sekar Mataji? Next, please.
एतानाना अवतारणं निधानं बीजमव्ययम् यस्यां सांशेन सृज्यन्ते देवतेर्यानरादयः एतानना अवताराणं निधानं बीजमव्ययम् यस्यां सांशेन सृज्यन्ते देवतेर्यं नरादः एतन्नाना अवताराणं निधानं विजनमव्ययम् यस्यां सां श्रेण श्रीप्यन्ति देवतेर्यानरादः
Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely recited. Can I request next Jahnakanya Mataji, please?
Hare Krishna. Etannana bharata avataranam nidhanam bijam avyayam yasya amsena srijayante devatiryanara adayaha etannanavataranam nidhanam bijamavyayam yasyam sam amsena srijayante devatiryanara adaya etannana ataranam nidhanam bijamavyayam yasya amsena srijayante ni devatiryanara. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Can I request very nicely recited? Can I request Gaurangi Mataji next, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Etannavataranam nidhanam bijamavyayam yasya samsena srijanti devatiryan naradayah etannavataranam nidhanam bijamavyayam yasyam samsena srijanti devatiryan naradayah etannavataranam nidhanam bijamavyayam yasya samsena srijanti devatiryan naradayah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely recited. So, Etan Nana Avataranam. There are Etat Nana Avataranam. Nana Avataranam. Nidanam Bhejam Avyayam. Nidhanam is the source of all the incarnations. Bhejam Avyayam. He is the seed. And he is the indestructible seed. And he is the source, indestructible source, who is giving the seed. Nidhanam Bhejam Avyayam. Yasya Amsha Amshena. This is Yasya Amsha Amshena. So Yasya Amsha Amshena. Srujyante. Srujyante. And this is normal sa and Srujyante. And here Amsha, this is Sa. The Sa, Sa. This is the Sa coming here as the second Sa. And this is Sa, is the first Sa. There is no small first step on top of the S. So this is Rujyante. Deva Triyak. This is Triyak. When it is saying here separately, Triyak, Kha comes there. Nara Adayaha. And Nara is the human beings, Adayaha. It is the inclusive of many other living entities. Etan Nana Avataranam Nidhanam Bhejam Avyayam. Yasya Amsha Amshena Srujyante Deva Tiryak Nara Adayaha. So, any questions, dear devotees, in the Sanskrit here, in this, any words that you feel that you wanted to know more? Okay, so this is now we are familiar with all these words of this Sanskrit. Etannana avataranam nidhanam bhejam avyayam yashya amsha amsena srujyante devatriyak naradayah. So Can I request dear devotees to take the turns so that you explain and your understanding of each and every line of this Sanskrit? Usha Mataji, would you like to go for the first line, please?
Mm, Hare Krishna. So etat, this form, Nana, multifarious avataranam of the incarnation. So in here, this is the many um, form for the, like avatars, the God take in incarnations of please Prabhu. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So there are multifarious incarnations. Avatarana, many. Thara is the star. Thara means it is a star. Avatara means the descending star. Out of all such kind of things, Etar Nana Avatarana, who has come from the top, from the top position to down, Avatar. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you.
Can I request next Saranya Mataji to explain the second line of it?
Hare Krishna. So Nidhanam Bijam Avyayam. Nidhanam, source, Bijam, seed, Avyayam, indestructible. So at this form, the second manifestation of Purusha. So is it Prabhu Garbhodakashaya Vishnu we are speaking?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So the second manifestation. So we know the Karmadakshaya Vishnu is created the universe and entire thing, and in each universe the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu enters. So these form like Nidhanam, this form is the source and seed of all the indestructible multifarious form within the universe. It is created from the source, or the seed is from the second manifestation of Purusha, that is Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. So that is like the source and the seed of this indestructible Nana multifarious avatarams are this form, the Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. So yes, Prabhu, that is my understanding. Prabhu, is that correct, Prabhu? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. So it is the indestructible source from whom all the seeds of different incarnations come from. Yes, Mataji. So here, Sadhu Goswami is trying to explain what are the different Purusha avataras, Sekyavesh avataras, his Swamshas, Amshas, and everything. So now, so far, first few 1 to 4 verses, he has explained about Karnodaksaya Vishnu, Garbhodaksaya Vishnu, and the Sahasra Sisha Purusha in the 4th verse. This is the 5th verse. Here he is saying, before he is going to say or remaining the incarnations, what is the source of all of them, and from where they are coming from. So here, first is the Karnodaksaya Vishnu, and second is the Garbhodaksaya Vishnu. Before coming to Garbhodaksaya Vishnu and after Karnodaksaya Vishnu, there is further expansions. So from the Karnodaksaya Vishnu, from his right side, he creates the Prajapati, that is Brahma. I'm talking about the Karnodaksaya Vishnu here. And here, just to kindly remember, give some attention. So Karnodaksaya Vishnu, from his right side, he creates Brahma, is the Prajapati. And from the left side, he creates Vishnu. And from the face or the eyebrows, he creates Lord Shankara. These three are the principal deities. They are the prototypes. They are the principal deities. They are outside of all the universes. So they are with the Karnodaksaya Vishnu. Just remember, they are with the Karnodaksaya Vishnu. And those three deities, they are going to give their protection to Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, Brahma, and the Lord, he himself personally expands as the Vishnu. So he expands into each and every universe. There will be Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. So these are all prototypes. So, but outsider, mm, they have been appeared from Karnadak Sai Vishnu. So here, now we are talking about the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu within this universe. In this universe, we are in the universe where our Brahma is of the four-headed Brahma. Okay, so why I have explained here, which is coming from the Brahma Samhita. So there it is explained there. Prajapati and then Lord Shankara and also Vishnu are created from the Karnadak Sai Vishnu. And those three principal deities, they give their potencies to all the Brahmas in different universes and to all the Lord Shankaras by their they give their potencies like that. They are prototypes. So, but we will be discussing them on the Saturday mornings after the description of Kingdom of God is completed. Thank you so much, Mataji. That is the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. He is the source of all the incarnations. Okay, so can I request next Radha Sevaka Mataji?
So,
Third
yes,
line,
Prabhu.
please.
Third line. Yasya, whose, Amsha, plenary portion, Amsena, part of the plenary portion, and Sri Yante, create. So from this seed, so of, like as Mataji said, the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, from that seed that is produced, so plenary portion means it's a part of that of the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. From that is from that seed is either created whatever the destination for that seed is, whether so it's created, so the form is created for the it's the beach, it's the so what, every seed is going to have a different form, and from this seed, because there's lots of seeds, different forms are created.
Yes, thank you so much, Mataji. So here, Yasya, from whose all his plenary portion and his part of the plenary portions. So they are being created by himself and also many living entities, like inclusive of, we see that in the fourth line. Thank you so much, Mataji. Can I request Gauringa Mataji next to the fourth line, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah. Deva Tiriyan Nara Daya. Deva. Where is that? Deva means demigods, Triyang animals, Nara or Diya means human being and others. Yeah. Here, Mataji also before mentioned Garbhoda Sai Vishnu, who is Purusha, Lord Krishna maybe. He creation demigod and then animal and human being. He also made that before he met Lord Brahma. After that, he made this human being and animals. That thing, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Not good explaining, but I try, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, trying is the best thing, Mataji. You did very nicely. Thank you so much. So the Lord appears in the Deva Tiryak Naradaya in all the societies. And whenever it is needed, so he appears in that particular time in that particular places. Okay, Jahna Kanya Mataji, would you give any summary of this?
Hare Krishna. It's the meaning is that the whole verse is saying this kind of form, which is the shape, this which is the next um, the next it follows the first one, and the second one. This is the second Garbhodaksha Vishnu appearance, and so it comes in. It derives from a seed which is unbreakable, and that seed is develops into many incarnation throughout the universe. So there are like particles, which is small. From the small bits, they develop into bigger bits. So potions, they say there, so that it will develop a huge form. I think I understand it to be. And from these particles, you have the human race development, which is including the demigods and human beings and live living entities. So that's what I understand it to be. So the main seed, the foundation, is providing this, is coming from good background, which is developed from first incarnation. This is the second incarnation, which is this second Purusha, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and it's a permanent position. Sorry, Krishna. Prabhu, I don't understand it that well. That's what I gather.
Thank you, Mataji. So that is very nicely. So even Garbhodaksha position is not permanent. So this universe, it is Yassekanasvita Kala Matavalam Jivanti Loma Vilaja Jagadantanadaha. This universe will be after Brahma's lifespan is finished, and Garbhodaksha Vishnu goes back to Karnadaksha Vishnu's. So
Oh, right. Sorry, I got it wrong. I thought it was permanent. Haribol.
this universe is not permanent.
Yeah.
It will merge back into Mahatattva again, and
Haribol.
Karnadaksha goes back, and all the demigods, inclusive of Brahma. So they also go accompany behind the Garbhodaksha Vishnu and enter into the further Karnadaksha Vishnu and then to the Vaikuntha Lokas. That is explained later on. So here also in this purport, it is a very beautiful purport is given here, but we shall go into that one. So once again, I request dear devotees, take the turns and recite this verse again 3 more times. Each devotee, and then we go and read the purport as well. Usha Mataji, would you like to recite 3 times?
Yes, Prabhu. Etallalavatarang Nidanam Vijamayayam Yashyam Sansen Srutyante Devatiryanaragayah Etallalavatarang Nidanam Vijamayayam Yashyam Sansen Srutyante Devatiryanaragayah Etananavataranam Nitanam Vijamayayam Yashyam Sansen Srutyante Devatiryam Naradayaha.
Perfect recitation. Thank you, Mataji. Can I request Saranya Mataji, please?
Hare Krishna. एदन्नानावताराणां निधानं बीजमव्ययं यस्यां संशयेन सृज्यन्ते देवत्रयान्नरादयः एदन्नानावताराणां निधानं बीजमव्ययं यस्यां संशयेन सृज्यन्ते देवत्रयान्नरादयः एतन्नानावताराणां निधानं बीजमव्ययम् यस्यां संशयेन सृज्यन्ते देवत्रयान्नरादयः हरे कृष्ण
Very beautiful recitation. Thank you, Mataji. Can I request Radhaseka Mataji next?
एतानानावताराणां निधानं बीजमव्ययम् यशां सांश्रेण सृज्यन्ति देवत्रियानरादः एतन्नाना अवताराणां निधानं बीजमव्ययम् यशां शांश्रेण सृज्यन्ति देवत्रियानरादः एतन्नानावताराणां नित्यं बीजमव्ययम् यस्यां शांश्रेण सृज्यन्ति देवत्रियानरादः
This is Nara Adayaha. Nara Adaya.
आद-
Naradaya. Could you please do once again, Mataji, please?
देवत्रियानि नारदयः
Yeah, as a verse complete.
एतान्नानावताराणां निधानं बीजमव्ययम् यस्यां शांश्रेण सृज्यन्ति देवत्रियानरादयः
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely recited. Can I request Jahnakanya Mataji, please?
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, is it Triyan or is it Tiriyan?
So when we are going in a flow, Devatiryan Naradayaha. When we take a break here to breathe, Devatiryak Naradayaha.
Okay, Hari Bol. But one says Tiriyak and one on the top says Tiriyan.
Yes. When we are going in a flow, Na comes in the picture. When we take a breath here to break the word, to take a breath, then Ka comes into the picture, the sound.
Okay, Ka. Okay. Etannanavataranam nidhanam bijam avyayam yasyam samsena srijayante devatiryanara adayaha etannanavataranam nidhanam bijam avyayam yasya amsena srijante devatiryan nara adayaha etannanavataranam nidhanam bijam avyayam yasya amsena srijante devatiryan nara adayaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you so much, Mataji. Can I request Gauranga Mataji next, please?
Hare Krishna. Okay. Etannana avataranam nidanam bijamabhyayam yasyam samsena sijanti devatiryannaradayah etannana avataranam nidanam bijamabhyayam yasyam ansena sijanti devatiryannaradayah etannanavataranam nidanam bijamabhyayam yasyam angsa samsena sijanti devatiryannaradayah. Sorry, this line is going bad, Prabhuji. Sorry, wrong.
Thank you, Mataji. But you tried very nicely and beautifully recited. So, if dear devotees, if you are able to remember, anyone would like to recite without looking at? Anyone wanted to try?
Yes, Prabhu, can I come to this?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Etannanavataranam एतान्नानावताराणां निधानं निजमाव्ययम् निजमाव्ययम् sorry Prabhu. यस्यां सांसेन सृज्यन्ते sorry Prabhu. देवतीर्यङ्गरादयः एतान्नानावताराणां निधानं निजमाव्ययम् यस्यां सांसेन सृज्यन्ते देवतीर्यं नरादयः.
Very
So
beautiful.
the last line, yeah, little bit difficult.
But you tried, Mataji, remember all these things. But by end of today, we'll remember. Anyone would like to try?
Yeah, I'll go, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
Etannanavataranam nidham nam bijamavyayam yasyam samsena yasyam sansena srijyante divatiriyannaradaya etannanavataranam nidham bijam avyayam yasyam samsena srijyante devatiriyan naradayaha etam nanavataranam nidhanam bijamavyayam yasyam samsena srijyante devatir devatiriyan devatiriyan naradayaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nicely tried, Mataji. You did very nicely. So practice, it comes. Dharana. Okay.
Dharana.
And can I request a Saranya Mataji and Radha Sheikh Mataji as well?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I will try, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
एदान्नानावतारानं निदानं बीजमव्ययम् स्यां सां शेन सृज्यन्ते ते देवत्रियान्नरादयः एदान्नानावतारानं निदानं बीजमव्ययम् यस्यां शांशेन सृज्यन्ते देवत्रियान्नरादयः एदां नानावतारानं यस्यां सांशेन सृज्यन्ते यस्यां सांशेन सृज्यन्ते देवत्रियान्नरादयः. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Perfect, Mataji. That is, you have learned it. Thank you so much. And Radha Sheikh Mataji.
एतानानवतारानं नित्यानं बीजमव्ययम् यशांसेन सृज्यन्ति देवत्रियान् नरादः दयः एतानानवतारानं नित्यानं बीजम् अव्ययम् यशांसांश्रेण सृज्यन्ति देवत्रियान्नरादयः एतान्नानवतारानं नित्यानं बीजमव्ययम्. yasham samsena shrijanti devatriyan naradayaha.
Very nicely recited, Mataji. And so maybe I will be asking this one. If I ask, maybe after 1 week or 2 weeks, maybe you will be able to remember and refer to this one. Thank you so much, Mataji. I can request Garingi Mataji, you could, I think by this time you might have known this.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Okay, I'll try, Prabhuji. Etan एतन्नाना अवताराणां निधानं बीजमव्ययं यस्य अंशेन सृजन्ति देवतिरन्नारदयः एतन्नाना अवताराणां निधानं बीजमव्ययः यस्य अंशेन सृजन्ति देवतिरन्नारदयः एतन्नाना अवताराणां निधानं बीजमव्ययः यस्य अंशेन सृजन्ति देवतिरन्नारदयः Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Naradaya. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautifully recited. But if you just practice, you will remember. Etannana avataranam nidhanam bhejam avyayam yasya amshena srujyante devatiryak naradayah. Okay, likewise, so the Goswami is saying. So can we take turns to read the translation purport, and everyone take each paragraph, and then we'll go with the flow. Who's going to read the Usha Mataji, would you like to?
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes,
This
Mataji.
form, the second manifestation of the Purusha, is the source and indestructible seed of multifarious incarnation within the universe. From the particles and portion of this form, different living entities like demigods, men, and others are created. Hare Krishna. Shall I read purple paper?
Yes, the first paragraph, yes.
Okay. The Purusha, after creating innumerable universes in the Mahat Tattva, entered in each of them as the second Purusha, Garbhodakshai Vishnu. When he saw that within the universe there was only darkness and space, without a resting place, he filled half of the universe with water from his own perspiration and laid himself down on the same water. This water is called Garbhodaka. Then from his navel the stem of the lotus flower sprouted, and on the flower petals the birth of Brahma, or the master engineer of the universal sound, took place. Brahma became the engineer of the universe, and the Lord himself took charge of the maintenance of the universe as Vishnu. Brahma, Brahma was generated from Rajoguna of Prakriti, of the mode of passion in nature, and Vishnu became the Lord of the mode of goodness. Vishnu, being transcendental to all the modes, is always aloof from materialistic affection. This has already been explained. From Brahma there is Rudra, who is in charge of the mode of ignorance or darkness. He destroys the whole creation by the will of the Lord. Therefore, all three, namely Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, are incarnation of the Garbhodakshai Vishnu form. Brahma, the other demigods like Daksha, Marichi, Manu, and many others became incarnated to generate living entities within the universe. This Garbhodaksha Vishnu is glorified in the Vedas in the hymns of Garbhastuti, which begin with the description of the Lord as having as ha- Vishnu is sorry, brother, I just missed. Vishnu is the Lord of the universe, the of the universe, and although he appears to be lying within the universe, he is always transcendental. This also has already been explained. The Vishnu who is plenary portion of the Garbhodaksha Vishnu is the super soul of the universal life, and he is known as the maintainer of the universe or Karnadaksha Vishnu. So the three features of the original Purusha are thus understood, and all the incarnation within the universe are emanations from his Karnadaksha Vishnu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Um, so three features of the original Purusha are thus understood, and all incarnations within the universe are emanations from this Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. So Kshirodakshaya Vishnu is also coming from the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So in other way, he is the source of everything in this universe. It is further level down. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Can I request next Saranya Mataji to read next three paragraphs, please?
Hare Krishna. In different millennia, there are different incarnations, and there are innumerable, although some of them are very prominent, such as Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Rama, Narasimha, Vamana, and many others. These incarnations are called Leela incarnations. Then there are qualitative incarnations such as Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva or Rudra, who take charge of the different modes of material nature. Lord Vishnu is not different from personality of Godhead. Lord Shiva is in the marginal position between the personality of Godhead and the living entities or Jiva. Brahma is always a Jiva Tattva. The highest pious living being or the greatest devotee of the Lord is empowered with the potency of Lord for creation, and he is called Brahma. His power is like the power of the sun reflected in valuable stones and jewels. When there is no such living being to take charge of the post of Brahma, the Lord himself become a Brahma and take charge of the post. Lord Shiva is not an ordinary living being. He is a plenary portion of the Lord, but because Lord Shiva is in direct touch with material nature, he is not exactly in the same transcendental position as Lord Vishnu. The difference is like that between milk and curd. Curd is nothing but milk, yet it cannot be used in place of milk. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So here it is the Lord can take position of Brahma, but here Lord Shiva is the Lord he himself in the like a milk in the form of a yogurt. Okay, so next can I request Radha Sivaka Mataji to read next further? Next three paragraphs, please.
The next incarnations are the Manus within 1 day's duration of the life of Brahma, which is calculated by our solar.
We can't hear you, Mataji.
Oh, sorry. There are 14 Manus. Therefore, there are 420 Manus in 1 month of Brahma and 5,040 Manus in 1 year of Brahma. Brahma lives for 100 years of his age, and therefore there are 5,040 times 100 or 504,000 Manus in the duration of Brahma's life. There are innumerable universes with one Brahma in each of them, and all of them are created and annihilated during the breathing time of the Purusha. Therefore, one can simply imagine how many millions of Manus there are during one breath of the Purusha. The Manus who are prominent within the universe are as follows: Yagna as Swayambhava Manu, Vibhu as Swarochija Manu, Satyasena as Uttama Manu, Hari as Tamasa Manu. Vaikuntha as Revata Manu, Ajita as Chakshusha Manu, Vamana as Vaivashvata Manu. The present age is under the Vaishvavata Manu, Swayambhuva as Savarni Manu, Rishabha as Daksha Savarni Manu, Vishvasena as Brahma Sarvani Manu, Dharmasetu as Dharma Sarvani Manu, Sudama as Rudra Sarvani Manu, Yogeshwara as Deva Sarvani Manu, and Brihadbhanu as Indra Sarvani Manu. These are the names of one set of 14 Manus covering 4,300 million solar years as described above. Then there are Yugavataras or incarnations of the millennia. The yugas are known as Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. The incarnation of each yuga are of different color. The colors are white, red, black, and yellow. In Dwapar Yuga, Lord Krishna in black color appeared, and in Kali Yuga, Lord Chaitanya in yellow color appeared.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji. So there are two more paragraphs. Can I request Jahna Kanya Mataji one paragraph and Garingi Mataji one paragraph, please? Jahna Kanya Mataji, would you like to read this paragraph?
Sorry, Prabhu, I can't find my glasses. I can take the next one if you like.
Okay, Mataji. Garingi Mataji, would you go for this one, please?
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay. So all the incarnation of the Lord are mentioned in the revelated spiritual scripture. There is no scope for an um, imposter to become an incarnation, for an incarnation must be mentioned in the Shastras. An incarnation does not declare himself to be an incarnation of the Lord, but great sects agree by the symptoms mentioned in the revealed scripture. The futures of the incarnation and the particular type of mention which he has to execute are mentioned in the revealed scripture scriptures. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji. Jahna Kanya Mataji, you ready?
Hare Krishna. Apart from the direct incarnations, there are innumerable empowered incarnations. They are all mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Such incarnations are directly as well as indirectly empowered. When they are directly empowered, they are called incarnations. But when they are indirectly empowered, they are called vibhutis. Directly empowered incarnations are the Kumaras, Narada, Prithu, Sesha, Ananta, etc. As far as vibhutis are concerned, they are very explicitly described in the Bhagavad Gita in the Vibhuti Yoga chapter. And for all these different types of incarnations, the fountainhead is the Gabudaksha Vishnu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji. So, thank you so much, all the devotees. This is about the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu and all his expansions within this universe. So, whenever symptoms are there, it is by symptoms the great sages understand it is the incarnation of the Lord by the Shastric injunctions. Yeyo Bhagavan, this is ययेव कृष्णो राधिका प्राणवल्लभः सृष्ट्यादौ जगन्नाथो गौर आसीन Maheshwari. So Lord Shankara says about the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the scriptures saying that the Lord is going to be like the Gaura, is with the golden color in the Jagannath Puri. Eyo Bhagavan Krishna Radhika Pranavallabhaha Srustyado Jagannath Gauratin Maheshwari. So he says that. Okay, likewise from the scriptures only we take the incarnations and decide, okay, this is embodied incarnation, and this is Kali Yuga, this is Kali Purusha, this is Krishna coming in the Dwapara Yuga. At the end of it is a Yuga Sanja. For whenever Krishna comes, Dwapare Samanuprapte Trutiye Yuga Paryaye. At that time, Vasavyam Kalaya Jataha Parashradhyogi Vasavyam Kalaya Harehe. Vyasadeva appears within that point of time to compile all the Vedas, and also Krishna appears. So this is different periods and time. We take it from the scriptures. Okay, this is very beautiful. Thank you so much, all the devotees. Hope you took something away from this verse now today. एतन्नानावताराणां निधानं भेजम् अव्ययं यश अंश अंशेन सृज्यन्ते देवतिर्यक् नरादयः. Very beautiful verse. Thank you so much. Before we conclude, dear devotees, if you have got anything to ask, if you wanted to share anything, kindly share. Raise questions, or you wanted to add anything to this. Hare Krishna. No
Hare
questions?
Krishna. So can I just ask one question about, like, obviously everybody has like their own, like it says in this verse that everybody has their own identity even in the seed form. So
Yes.
so even like in everyday life, like we come across people that are like all sorts of natures, and so if they also, everybody's coming from Krishna, then, and like they're all different. So like obviously here we're talking about the demigods and the kind of entities that are like very elevated, or even some of the living entities. But when we come across like people that are very difficult, or are we to understand that also they, because they're part of Lord, that is their nature, that's the nature that they've been given, and therefore they are maybe behaving in a way which is they're meant to behave in.
Yes, Mother. So here, all the living entities, they are given the names, forms, and the bodies. So here, these are the very beautiful verses that Hastinapura women, they sit together, they glorify the Lord in transcendental qualities of the Lord. They describe each other among. So they say, Savaikilayam Purushah Puratano Ekasid Avisheshatmani Agre Gunebhyo Jagadatmanishure Nimilitatma Nishutta Sektishu. Sayo Bhuyo Nijivir Choitam Swajivamayam Swajivayam Prakritim Sisarkritim Anama Rupatmani Rupanamani Vidit Samano Anusasara Sastrakrut. So here, those Hastinapura women, they're describing the personality of Godhead, again desiring to give names and forms to his parts and parcels, living entities, placed them under the guidance of material nature. By his own potency, material nature is empowered to recreate. So because of that, they have got different names, forms. So this is Rupa Namani, and their consciousness is different because of they have been coming from the Lord's body. So here, Savaikilayam Purushaha Puratano Ek Asid Avisheshatmani. This is Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. अग्रे गुणेभ्यो जगदात्मनेश्वरे निमिलितात्म निशुषुप्त shaktishu, all these living entities in the deep slumber in the body of Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. See, he is Supreme Lord, all living beings merge as if sleeping at night. Their energy is suspended. This is the Shushuptishu. And then when the body of, again when the time comes, they are emanating from the Lord's body. This is Sayo Bhuyo again. Nijaviri Choditam, Swajiva Mayam, Prakritim Sisrukshatim, Anama Rupatmani, Rupanamani. And so previously, Anama without mundane designation, but still they will get the forms of the soul, forms and names, and then so good. And then further, they are saying about the Savayam yat padamatra soryo jitendra jita matarishvanaha pastantit bhakti utklitamlatmana nana. This is nanvesh sattvam parimastumarhati. So here he is the supreme. He is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead whose transcendental form is experienced by the great devotees who are completely cleansed of material consciousness by dint of rigid devotional service and full control of life and senses, and that is the only way to purify the existence. Here, Paschinti Bhakti Utkalitamalaatmana Nanveshatvam Parimastumarhati. So they will be given this devotional process so that the living entities come back from their individual forms and names and consciousness, speaking different egos. In this material world, everyone are dealing with not the person, ego of a person. It is the contaminated ego of a person. So one has to be very careful when we are speaking to, because we do not give instructions, we do not give orders or such that then immediately these egos are compared to the snake hoods. It will somewhere or other, not immediately, but later on, it will give a bite. That is very dangerous. It is very dangerous. So here, Savayam yatpadamatra suryo jitendriya nijjita matarishvanaha pasinti bhakti utkalitamalaatmana nanveshatum parimastumarhati. So the devotional process is given to these living entities so that they understand their real constitutional position and come back. Otherwise, they will stuck up in this material world, in the birth, old age, disease, and death. So there are so 8.4 million different kinds of species existing. Out of that, 400,000 are human beings. And with each and every entity, they have got a different consciousness and the form. Their body is different, their eyes are different, the senses are different, and they have got the given particular type of body to